one of them. Isn't that true? You see, this is an amazing law, but we want to look over it because you see, when the diamonds are up here and they're getting recognized, and everybody's clapping and cheering and they're doing all this stuff. By the way, I was inspired. And I was back in that green room and I said, yes, yes. You said, now when did that old man die? After 20 push-ups? Now here's the point. Consistency wins the day. I've been teaching leadership since 1974, almost 40 years. That's consistent. I've been writing books since 1979. That's consistent. I've been developing CDs and DVDs and resources since 1982. That's consistent. In other words, this consistency stuff, it really works. And the problem in so many of these kind of businesses is you jump in for the quick fix. You say, okay, I'm going to give Beachbody a try. Yes, I am. And I'm going to just give it my best effort for 6 months. All right, I'll wait a year to go diamond. Listen to me, folks. The secret of every one of the people's successes on this stage is they do every day the things they should do to be a success. And they keep on doing. For example, he'll come to me all the time and say, John, you sit on a stool, you got a table, you get a cough drop in your mouth, you get your water, and you talk to people and you just look so relaxed. Well, I'm relaxed. I'm not nervous. Somebody backstage said, break a leg. I said, break your own. I don't want a broken leg. Dear God, I'm too old for that. But you say, John, you just are relaxed and you just seem so comfortable. I am. I'm not nervous. I wasn't nervous back then. I'm not nervous now. I'm just relaxed, talking to, I don't know, 7,000, whatever. As if someone's one-on-one over the corner with me, and you and I just have a one-on-one conversation, I'm nervous. And you say, how can you just be so good? Person, I've done this 12,000 times. 12,000. 12,000 times. Let me explain it this way. If I'm not good now, after 12,000 times, we have some real deep issues to discuss. You say, well, John, you just make it look so easy. Well, it's easy. It's as easy as could be. I don't mean it's unkind. It's very easy. I mean, people think I'm working. I don't think I'm working. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this. Working is like work. In fact, I don't even know what work is anymore. I've done this, and I love doing this, and I love adding value to people, and I get work and play confused. And somebody let me say, I think you're a workaholic. I said, no. I said, I think I'm a workaholic. I just love this. I love this. And you say, oh, I wish I could do that. We can. 12,000 times from now. You'll sit on a stool. Drink water. Do push-ups. It only takes 12,000 times. Malcolm Gladwell says, nobody becomes great at anything until they've done it 10,000 times. Now what am I saying? Look, this is consistency. I just do it. You see, by the way, I love this. I love these people who say, okay, this is my first time doing this, and I've never done this before, and John, I really want to do a good job. And I smile and say, forget it. I said, forget what? I said, forget about good job. What do you mean forget about good job? It's your first time. Listen to me carefully. My name's John. I'm your friend. Listen. Nobody's good the first time. Nobody's good the first time. You weren't good the first time you tried to talk. You didn't one day just get up and start talking in sentences to your parents. You just said one word, man. Wow. And the only people that knew what you said was the grandparents. Grandparents interpreted for you for the next 2 months. You weren't any good when you first started. And when you started walking, you weren't any good. You didn't get up and say, I want to walk a block with my family today. You took a step and you fell down. Listen to me, I'm your friend. You're not good the first time. So quit worrying about being good the first time. You don't need to be good the first time. You just need to have a first time. And once you have a first time, you know what you need after a first time? A second time. And after the second time, you need a third time. And after the third time, you need a fourth time. After the fourth time, you need a fifth time. And after the fifth time, you need a sixth, and a seventh, and an eighth, and ninth, and a 10th, and 11th, and 12th, and 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Hundreds. Listen. You're not good the first time. It's not your goal to be good first time. It's just do it the first time. Do it the first time. And you learn, and you get a little better, and you get a little better, and you get a little... You see, the law of consistency says you will not be good at anything unless you have been consistent over a long time. You just won't be. So relax. The next time you're worried about doing something good for the first time, just start laughing at yourself. Because everybody else is. You're not supposed to be good the first time. You're just supposed to start. I tell people all the time, just get started. I love people. They come to me and say, okay, John, I know you've written over 70 books, and I want to be a writer. I want to write. And could you just tell me, what's the secret of writing? Okay? Well, this is a toughie. You want to write a book? Yes. Okay. What you do is you get a pen, piece of paper, and you start writing. Have you written any words down yet? Oh, no, not yet. But I want to write a book. I want to write a book. Yeah, I do. I want to write a book. But you haven't written anything down. You're on drugs. You see, you've got to start writing. And by the way, when you start writing, it won't be any good. So don't wait to write before you get good. I don't know when I get okay. When I really get a good story, I'll start writing. You're not that good. It took me 1 year to write my first book, and it's only 100 pages. 100 pages, a whole year. Do you want to figure that out? That's 1 page every 3.5 days. Do you want me to break that down for you more? I'm talking 1 page every 3.5 days. It's about 40 words a day. It's about a word every 30 minutes. And I had in my 100 pages, I had 33 chapters. Yeah, you heard right. If you're looking there and saying, did he say 33 chapters? 100 pages, that's 3 pages. Per chapter. First book. And a lady come up, it's still in print. Shows you how desperate people are. Still a bad lady come up to me that day and said, this is your first book, would you cite? I said, yeah. I started to apologize. You know, I'm sorry, you know, John Maxwell. And she said, oh, I love this book. And I just stopped writing. I said, you do? Oh, she said, I love this book. She said, I said, what do you love? She said, the short chapters. I love the short chapters. She said, just 3 pages. She said, it's easy to read. She said, what made you, I mean, this is ingenious. What made you think of just doing 3-page chapters? I said, lady, it was my first book. Let me explain to you. It took me weeks to do 3 pages. In fact, some of the chapters are 2 pages too long. It was my first book. You're not good when you do your first. You're not good. You're not going to be good. You don't even try to be good. You just got to go. You see, the law of consistency said, the only way you'll ever become great at anything is to be consistent at something. Did you get it? The only way you'll ever become great at anything is to be consistent with something. And the problem with too many people when they get into business like this is they just absolutely think they can get good too quick, and they don't have a sense of realism too. Now, is it a great business? Yes. Can you go diamond? Yes. But it takes consistency, it takes effort, it takes energy. All right, let me teach you the rule of 5. You're so good. You're so good. You're so good. I don't teach this to everybody. I don't like to, you don't waste your teaching on some people. Just look at them and say, God, take them now. Doorbell rang, nobody's home. But you're good. You're good. You're ready. What I want to teach you for the next 8 minutes will change your life. Now, I'm not saying could change your life. If you can grab what I'm going to teach for the next 8 minutes, you'll catch me like the guy caught me last night. I was in one of those little candy stores getting me some licorice jelly beans for my nourishment for today. It's part of my preparation. And he came up to me and said, John, he said, I heard you 7 years ago, you changed my life. He said, tell me about it. Rule of 5. I'm going to teach you the rule of 5, and this will change you. So look at your neighbor and say, this will change your life. Look back at your neighbor and say, and it needs to be changed. You ready? Here's the rule 5. Here's rule 5. If you have a tree in your backyard that you want to cut down, and you have an axe, if you pick up the axe and you go to that tree and you swing 5 times. Put the axe down. Next day, go out in the backyard, pick up the axe, go to the same tree. Put the axe down. The next day, you go out in your backyard, you pick up the axe, you go to the same tree. 5 times. If every day you pick up an axe and you go to the same tree, and you take that axe and you swing 5 times at that tree, just 5. Not 15, not 50, not 500. 5 times. Let me ask you a question. What is eventually going to happen to that tree? That tree will fall. Absolutely. Case dismissed. We don't need to talk nor debate or question about the tree falling. It will fall. And what's interesting is we only swung at that tree 5 times. But we every day, We every day went to that tree, and we 5 times with that axe, we hit that tree. Now, if the tree is big, it may not fall for a couple of years. If the tree is small, maybe a couple of months. You see, the size of the tree will determine the time it falls. But it doesn't matter what size the tree is. It will fall if you every day swing 5 times, take an axe, and hit that tree. You've got to ask yourself a question this morning. What's my tree? What's my dream? What do I really in my life want to accomplish? And by the way, it's what's my tree, not what are my trees. You see, if you go out every day and you swing 5 times at a different tree, you don't knock any trees down, you just have a scarred forest. Most people, that's how they run their life. They just scar things up. They don't fell the tree because they don't consistently come back to the same place and consistently swing 5 times at it. So let's go back to my tree. My tree is writing books. That's what I do. So you say, well, my God, John, how do you've written 72 books? Oh my gosh, you must be brilliant, you must be a genius. 72 books, oh. Nothing brilliant, nothing genius. Or I told you how long it took me to write my first book. So genius is not in it. In fact, if you just look at me, all of you should be greatly encouraged today. By the way, this is not in the teaching, but I'm going to stop long enough because you need to hear it. Success creates a gap between you and other people. Are you with me? I call it the success gap. People look at people that are highly successful and they see the money they make and the places they go and the friends they have and the things they do, and they say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, they're a star, they're a star. And when you're successful, you've got a choice to make. You can either keep that gap really big and be the star. And if you keep the gap really big, you're the star and you have what they call fans. You have fans that follow you around. They're fans. Or you can make a determination to close that gap. You see, many years ago I said, I'll close the gap. And you close the gap by not talking about how great you are. You close the gap by talking to people about the things that you've missed and the things that you've failed out. And you use a lot of self-depreciating humor, and you help people understand that you're not a star. You see, my name's John. I don't want fans in my life. I want friends. And I determined the only way you get friends is close the gap. Because when you close the gap, you make success possible for other people. Now they don't see you as the star and say, I would like to be like you. They see you as a friend and say, I could be like you. All of a sudden it's off of you and what you've done, and it goes to what they can do, and it is empowering, and it is releasing to people. And if you really want to, in Beachbody, if you really want to just develop a culture, a culture of success, close that gap. I work hard at it. When I go international, it's just rock star stuff, and I won't allow it. They want to usher me in, they want to usher me out. I get the security guys all the way. I walk through the crowd, I shake hands, we take pictures, I talk, I kiss babies. I want to be your friend. Well, when I'm done today, I want to walk off stage. I want you to say, I can do that. I can be successful. You see, if you want fans when you walk off stage, everybody talks about how great you are. If you want friends when you walk off stage, everybody thinks how great they can be. And there's a world of difference. There's a world of difference. Now let's go back to the rule of 5 in writing. People ask me all the time, say, how do you write your books? Well, it's very simple. One word at a time. I've not found another method. I've tried a couple times to a blank page, look at it and go. Be filled. Never worked for me. I've got a 4-color pen and a legal pad, and I write one word at a time. So they say, well, how come you've written so many books? Well, number one is the secret is get old. But I have a rule of 5 for writing. You see, my tree is writing books. And every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. And you look up and say, John, what do you mean by every day? What I mean by every day is every day. Okay. When you say every day, you mean every day? Can I say something? Every Christmas. Guess what I do every Christmas? Every Christmas I read, think, file, ask questions, right? Guess what I do on my birthday? Every birthday I read, think, ask questions, right, file. Guess what I do on my anniversary? None of your business. But during the day I read, think, file, ask questions. Every day. You see, the key is every day. Can I tell you something? You're better to do essential things every day than big things someday. We overestimate the event. We underestimate the process. And the law of consistency says you can't do that. You can't underestimate the process. The secret. Okay, here, I told you earlier, I'd tell you the secret of success. You thought I'd forgotten it. I've forgotten. I'm going to tell you right now, the secret, I'm going to tell you right now, that was just too fast. You'll take it for granted. I'll make you wait longer. But look at your neighbor and say, sometime John's going to teach you the secret of success. See how much better it is when you have to wait for something? Now you're ready to listen. The secret to your success is determined by your daily agenda. What you do every day determines your success. Every day, by what you do, you're either getting better or worse. Every day, you're either preparing or repairing. Every day. Every day. People come to my life and they say, John, what books? What books should I read? If you read the 72, I can tell you what books you should read. You should read the 15 Laws of Growth, which I'm teaching on today, because I'm going to give you maybe one more law and I'm done. The second thing you ought to read a book I wrote called Today Matters. That'll change your life. I have what I call the Daily Dozen, 12 things you need to do on a daily basis that will ensure your success. And the third book is How Successful People Think. Because the greatest gap between successful and unsuccessful people is the thinking gap. Successful people think entirely differently than unsuccessful people. By the way, for some good stuff that's just absolutely free, you can follow me on Twitter. Be like 800,000 other people, and the reason that 800,000 people follow me is every day I put quotes. I put success quotes for you every day in there. On Friday I blog a new lesson every week on success. It's free. You can go on the web and get Minute with Maxwell every morning, 60 seconds, where I take a word and I talk to you about how that makes you a better leader. That thing's gone viral all over the world. They're all free. So just go to johnmaxwell.com. You'll get anything. It's all free. It's all free for you. That stuff is. Books aren't. Books aren't. By the way, when I wrote my book, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect, I blogged it. I blogged a chapter a week. We had 100,000 people make comments. And we took some of their comments, they really were good. I'd say, help me. I'd give them the chapter, and then I'd say, make it better. And they'd give me ideas. We average changing 6 to 7 things per chapter. And I'd say, just give me your name, give me your name. And I'd put their little thought in there, and I'd give them credit. I said, I'll give you credit, I won't give you royalties, but I'll give you credit. And then, when the book came out, they were surprised. I took their pictures, and I put it all over the book. So when they got the book, they said, here I am, here, I'm here. That's fun. I wish I had time to talk to you about communication. Oh my God, it's a phenomenal subject. If you can communicate effectively with people, the world will be yours. The ability to connect with people is the #1 success ability that will give you what you need in life. That's a fact. Okay. Let me teach you one law. I've got 4 minutes and 16 seconds. One more law. That gives you 5. That means you only have 10 to go. And if you don't get the book by the weekend, you probably never will make it in this business.